Hi everybody, my name is Barrett Lee, and if you're watching this right now, it's probably because you are enrolled in Philosophy 104, that's Philosophy of Religion at Utica College in our online unit. If you're watching this and you just happen to be a member of the YouTube world who has stumbled across this video because you're interested in issues like philosophy and religion, then feel free to stick around and listen to the conversation and comment on YouTube all you like. But if you're interested in what you're seeing and hearing, feel free to pop on over to utica.edu and check out our online education stuff. We got some cool programs going on. But anyway, for right now, I'm mainly going to be talking to my philosophy students here at Utica. And so for those of you who are enrolled in the course, right now I'm going to be going over the syllabus and talking a little bit about what it is that we're going to be doing here and a little bit about the course in general. As I said before, my name is Barrett. You can call me Barrett or Professor Lee or whatever you're more comfortable with, or if you would prefer something more formal like Your Majesty or Your High Holiness, that's fine too. And I'll have some kind of feature on where you can kiss the ring. We'll add that later though. But I'm an adjunct professor of philosophy here at UC, and I've been doing this for a couple of years. It's a good gig. I like it a lot. And this is my second time teaching this course online, and first time we're using this YouTube feature, so we'll see how this works. And so, anyway, a little bit about the course. We're studying philosophy of religion, which is pretty self-explanatory. We're answering philosophical questions that pop up in relation to questions of religion. And so what that involves is we're going to be talking about various philosophical arguments, both for and against the existence of God. We're going to be talking about religious and mystical experiences and how valid are they in terms of articulating eternal or supernatural truth to the rest of the world. We're going to be talking about the problem of evil, of how is it that a just and loving God can allow terrible things to happen, like serial killers to hurricanes and earthquakes. We're also going to be talking about the validity and the existence or non-existence of miracles. What is a miracle? How would we know if we had seen one or not? We're going to be talking about different ways of looking at the afterlife and life after death, and that's going to be pretty cool. Connections between faith and reason, and the rationality of faith itself. Questions of pluralism, which is how can we understand a world where different religions coexist with one another, and how is it that these religions relate to one another, and how can we make sense of the fact that there are just so many out there and so many different perspectives on the supernatural and on religious belief. And finally, we'll be talking about religion in relation to ethics. In other words, how does the things that we believe shape the way we live our lives? So that's just a few of the questions we're going to be answering this semester. There's going to be different sections of the course that I'll be talking about over the course of a couple of these introductory videos here. But I'm really looking forward to it. This is always a really fun class to teach. It's my absolute favorite. People tend to get into it. People, of course, feel passionately about their own religious beliefs, or they feel passionately about their lack of religious beliefs. One thing that I think is really worth noting here is that in this class, we're not coming together here, and I'm not coming with the agenda to convert anyone to any particular religion. That's not what we're doing here. And nor am I here to destroy your faith if you are a person of faith yourself. We're here to kind of play around in this territory and ask these questions and look at how different people answer these questions of religious belief and how that relates to philosophy. So as you're reading this material and participating in the online discussion and listening to some of the things that I have to say here in these YouTube videos, please know that It's not my job to convert you, and it's not my job to destroy your faith. Um, there's no agenda that's being advanced here. The one rule that I would like to lay down for all discussions, uh, especially within the class proper itself, is that we please be respectful of one another and one another's beliefs. Um, these issues are obviously very personal, and it's easy to take offense at them. So let's conduct ourselves in a professional, academic, and civil manner, please. Um, for those YouTubers who are simply watching this and commenting, just be nice. And for those of you who are in my class and actually taking the course for credit, if I come across students using abusive language in the discussions or in posts, that will affect your grade immediately. Whatever assignment you're using the language in, you'll get an F for that. And if you keep on doing it, or you get particularly abusive, you'll run the risk of getting ejected from the course. So please, please be respectful of one another. You don't have to agree with anything I say or with anything any of your classmates say, but we do need to be respectful of one another. Along those same lines, why do I think this is a fun class? Why do I think that this is a worthwhile class having at a college like UC? Well, first of all, I think that the existence of God, or the existence of the supernatural, however we might define that, is really irrelevant to the significance of this course. If there is a God, then it's probably a good idea for people to learn about what kind of God there may be, and to experience that part of reality and that part of our nature. However, even if, hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying there is or there isn't a God, but hypothetically speaking, if there's not a God, then this is still a subject that's worth discussing and studying and exploring, because what that means is that God would then be the single greatest invention of the human race. And it would be the one idea that is responsible for bringing out the very best in us as a species and the very worst of us. So, for example, ideas of God inspired people like Mohandas Gandhi and Martin Luther King. It inspired works of art like the Sistine Chapel and a lot of Michelangelo's other works. Likewise, religion and the idea of God has brought out the very worst in humanity, and you can think particularly of the Crusades and the Holocaust, the Inquisition, or even some of the terrible things that happened on September 11th. Religion plays into all of these ideas, and this idea of God has contributed to all of these things, for better or for worse. And so either way, it's a subject that's really worth studying and really worth thinking well about, or thinking about in a sophisticated and professional way. And so that's what we're going to be doing in this class. As I said, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I hope to get to know you as my students a whole lot better over these next 8 weeks that we're going to be together. And in the next couple of videos, we're going to be looking at some of the concrete details of the course and the assignments that are going to be due. If you have any questions, please feel free to go on to the Ask the Professor section on the Angel heading at the Utica College website, or email me at jblee@utica.edu. Thanks for listening, and remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Goodbye.